This video is about to get very surgical, so stay with me. I've been waiting on this day. I've been waiting to where we start to inch closer to what the real conversation about all this really is. The real conversation, the real breakdown. You see what I'm saying? What it really comes down to. You feel me? A lot of people think this is just raps. This is just of us going back and forth. No. This goes back eons. This goes back centuries. You see what I'm saying? This is the same war people have been fighting for years. You see what I'm saying? It has looked a little different, so people ain't able to spot the tactics and spot what people are trying to do. You feel me? But what we gonna do is peel this shit layer by layer, slowly. You feel me? We ain't gonna do it all in one video. We gonna make sure to give people their propers in this video. But trust, the next few videos, we about to break this shit down to the molecule. Cause I've been waiting to have this conversation, waiting for the opportunity where people can't say, oh, you reaching too much, boom, boom. No, it's out there now. Now let's get into the nitty gritty. But first, let's recognize these two gentlemen who held it down and kept their integrity for the sake of hip hop, you feel me? So most of y'all should know, I don't know if y'all do, but Def Jam wanted Clipse to remove Kendrick Lamar's feature from Let God Sort Him Out. The new album that's about to come out. Def Jam wanted them to remove him from the song. And when Pusha refused, Clipse and Def Jam parted ways. Are you serious? So you telling me because Kendrick and Pusha T was about to be on the same song, they didn't want that song to come out? That's what you saying. And we all know who play a role in this happening. The same dude who's been censoring Pusha T this whole time. You see what I'm saying? But we're not gonna sit here and just blame Drake for this. Drake, this type of shit been going on since before Drake. Since before hip hop. You see what I'm saying? This is a old tale, re-showing its wings again. That's all I'm trying to say here. And as we pick this apart, it's gonna become easier to see the cues and see the signs of what is going on here. Shout out Love is Back 24, by the way. Now, Pusha T did an interview where they basically exposed a lot of what had been going on. Look at this. If you expected the album last summer, the brothers sympathized. So did they. Pusha says they felt confident, proud, and assured of themselves when they presented the music to Def Jam. The label loved what they heard, except for Kendrick Lamar's guest verse on the Thunderous Chains and Whips, the final version of the song that Pharrell teased at his first LV Runaway show, and the song Pusha says was the first to come out of their sessions. Mind you, these motherfuckers is trying to push a narrative that Kendrick Lamar is an industry puppet, the same nigga they try to censor from the Super Bowl. The same nigga they trying to pull his song off of streaming services. The same nigga that they was trying to stop from collabing with Pusha T because it might look a certain way for Drake. And we talking about Kendrick is the industry puppet? These motherfuckers are perfected in the craft of tricknology, of using tactics that you can't see or identify to trick you into believing narratives that's bullshit. You don't even trust, motherfuckers don't even trust their eyes no more. Don't be fooled by Pusha's interviews appealing for one last guest verse and the Twitter jokes that he went to a GNX tour date to physically walk Kendrick into the nearest studio. K-Dot's verse homework has been turned in for a while now. Mark my words, y'all. Expect Drake and that whole OVO camp to come out with some shit to distract everybody from this conversation. We not allowing that to happen, bro. But after a summer of beef between their two biggest artists that resulted in a still ongoing lawsuit from Drake, Def Jam's parent company, UMG, blanched at the antagonistic optics of two of Drake's biggest enemies linking on wax. And a lot of motherfuckers think that Drake is just some immature nigga that's using this situation to run away from a loss in a battle. No, this motherfucker is using full blueprint white supremacy tactics. Shit that you read in Tricknology. Shit that you hear from Neely Fuller Jr. If you understand white supremacy, you understand that Drake is the epitome of somebody who is using the fact that he is partially connected to white supremacy, right? To navigate himself through black environments. And this gives him power in both realms. Because not only will he be accepted by a portion of what people believe, it's also the fact that he can turn around, sue you, and not lose a majority of his fan base by doing it. You see what I'm saying? And people think this is just a game. This shit is not just a game. It's much bigger than that. Pusha calls their apprehension stupid, primarily because none of the bars in Kendrick's otherwise excellent verse would really be perceived as a shot or even subliminal. It does, however, contain the subtle line, therapy taught me how to open up. It also showed me I don't give a fuck. So, according to this article, right, and Pusha, is there's not even nothing crazy about Drake in this verse. And he still wanted to censor it. What's really going on is Drake didn't want to allow Kendrick to give Pusha any of that type of power, that type of attention, that type of audience. You see what I'm saying? Especially now where Kendrick's at. I'm telling you, bruh. I'm telling you. Motherfuckers been trying to censor Pusha forever. So you telling me after you've been trying to censor him, the dude who got all the power right now is finna share some with Pusha and give him some, which is gonna put him in a better position. They understand the art of war. They understand what they doing, dog. This is much bigger than hip hop. The new scheme is to put these two in the same branch they put Kendrick Lamar in and call them puppets of UMG. Use this propaganda to fool the children, fool the next generation. You see what I'm saying? You see Drake getting on these streams and all this shit. They moving in very white supremacist ways with these tactics. You see what I'm saying? And through this, they are hoping that they can convince the next generation and rewrite history for the next generation. But they can't do that if people understand that the people who's really going against the machine are the people who are being fucking censored. You see what I'm saying? They think because a motherfucker won some Grammys and he did all this and boom, 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 they following where the money is going. The money, motherfuckers done finesse the system of where all the money is coming their way. The industry on its heels right now. And one of the only niggas who can really bring money through this shit is Kendrick Lamar. That's essentially how the industry views him. You see what I'm saying? Because of that, they in a position where they kind of got to follow the train until it die off. The problem is we don't know when this train finna die off because Kendrick going so crazy. See, what they do is they recognize the shifts in the everyday people and they change the way they promote the propaganda based on that. They seen how everybody reacted to the Diddy shit. All of a sudden, everybody was talking about industry practices and sacrifices and all this different shit all over TikTok before they censored it. All over the place before they censored it, right? And now they trying to get that energy and tilt it to push it in the opposite direction. So instead of everybody looking at them like, oh yeah, now they trying to push it on the Kendrick Lamars, the people that you don't really got no proof of these motherfuckers doing no weird shit. Now their goal is to convince you that they're the ones fighting against the machine. You see what I'm saying? Because the reality is they know their connections to it. There's a reason why you got all these guys trying to connect themselves to Drake right now, because they understand their standing within the community isn't strong no more. They gotta switch sides. We've been seeing this shit since fucking slavery. Since slavery. You see what I'm saying? We've been seeing this shit since slavery. Now, how you feel about the industry and if Kendrick Lamar is truly a revolutionary because he needs to do all that, that's your perspective. I'm not mad at that. However, what I'm saying is, the fight for the art form is obvious as day. And this art form is how we get our authentic expression off. How we change the minds of the people who look like us and the rest of the world. Music is the highest vibration. So fighting for the freedom of the expression in the art form is revolutionary. And if you don't understand that, you won't be able to see how they're attempting to take him down and take everybody who stands on that side down. You got to understand that. They want you to believe that the rapper is lesser than somebody who has something to say, like a philosopher or an activist or whatever, so that when they speak, you don't give it as much credence. You see what I'm saying? And people do it all the time. Oh, he's just a rapper. Oh, he's just a rapper. He didn't do this. No, protecting the highest vibration, protecting the expression of the highest vibration is revolutionary on its own. So shout out to the Tupacs. Shout out to the Nas's. Shout out to the Pusha T's, the Kendrick Lamars that continue to push the art form in a way where we can be open in our expression and fight for that and fight against the censorship of our art form. Shout out to Pusha T, shout out to Clipse for holding it down. And we need to see more. We need to see more. You see what I'm saying? I'm going to keep talking about this. We going to get into the deep crevices of what this shit is really about too, okay? Stay tuned. Like, comment, subscribe. It's about to get real. I swear to God. We going to uncensor this. You feel me? So stay tuned. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Like, comment, subscribe, especially if you're new.